Hey there, beautiful souls. Namaste. Welcome. Welcome to live readings. Welcome to live readings. I'm just going to draw a card. For those of you that don't know, I have a Facebook group. It is called Sadhana's Healing Room, I think, maybe. It's linked below in the description box. And I do a reflection every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific. And I have been working with the Weaver's Oracle for a couple of months now, really enjoying this deep dive into the Weavers. And so I thought live I would just pull the Weaver. We're working with the Bone Clan right now, and very, very inspired by these Udigans. And so we already have spent a week with this Udigan, and I have been, so I'm going to draw another until we get to one we haven't worked with. There's a couple that I really want to work with. Okay, this is one. So our Udigan for this week, this is the one that I will be prepping, and we'll have a little chat on Wednesday night. Really, really love these. This particular clan, it resonates with me so loudly. Love looking into their faces. Welcome, Clevis, Saskia, Donna, Jennifer. For those of you that don't know me, hi, my name is Sadhana, and I'm an intuitive reader and healer here Tuesday doing live readings, and it's my pleasure to offer you a card today. I will be doing single cards today. Hi, Lydianne, welcome. I want to wish you new moon blessings. The new moon in Cancer has now moved into Leo, and we are in our final days of the final mutable decan of Cancer. And I feel very connected to the card that is associated with this decan, in that I feel there's been a lot of energy moving through this month. And I encourage you to spend some time alone and to be a little quieter and very gentle with yourself. And know that if you are feeling a little uneasy, you are not alone. There have been massive forces in the universe. And if you are feeling tested, if you are feeling just a little worn out right now, the very best thing you can do is just to take some me time and to do whatever it is you want to do. And when I've been thinking about the Four of Cups. This is the Crowley Four of Cups. Looks quite different than the Waite-Smith. And, you know, sometimes we just need to contain our inner self. And that's my advice for you over this next few days, is to turn inward at least some part of every day, and just to really take good care of you. All right. I see a few other people have strolled in. Hello to Erica and Laura. Welcome to you. Hi, Dee. And Warrior Girl. Welcome. I'm Warrior Girl. I'm not sure if I know your name, but I'm going to go to my fabulous list and add you if you're not already there. And I apologize if you've shared your name before. I haven't had the list open in a while, so I think I will do that. I'm pretty good at remembering names, but yeah. So hopefully you are there. I have a feeling that you are. Warrior Girl, Casey. There we go. Casey and the Sunshine Band. Okay. All right. There we go. 38 degrees in Greece. Oh my goodness. Yes, I know a lot of people are suffering from the heat. Yeah. Donna, the sun and new moon were exact with my son. Wowza, wowza, wowza. Lots of stuff. Okay. Jane. Hello to Jane. Okay. I just feel like sitting here and chatting, but I suppose I can pull cards. I will do that. I had a really beautiful reading last night in class, and I'm just looking at it. So I was going to use Keeper of the Sacred Bee, but I'm not going to use that. I've really been feeling the energy of Bone Stone lately, so I'm going to work with that, and I will be doing single card draws only today. Whether you have a question or you're looking for a card of inspiration. And I want to say that in only doing a single card draw, this is me walking my talk. So thank you for being okay with this. All right. So I'd like you all just to take a moment to stop what you're doing, get your fingers off the keypad or the phone, and just take a couple of deep breaths. And know that just for a moment, it's perfectly fine not to say hi to somebody that just arrived. Uncross your legs if they're crossed, put your feet on the ground. Scrunch up your toes as you breathe in. Big exhale breath. Maybe give the body a bit of a shake or a wiggle. And know that you have arrived here at just the right time. Just the right time. Okay. This single card is for the collective, okay? And perhaps we'll find some insight into this. Donna says, chatting is good. Yeah, chatting is good. I think the Four of Cups gets a bad rap. And for all of us that do sacred work, that are very much in our work, we need that container of sacred space. And sometimes we can't let others in. We do. We need to be like the crab and just, say right now the doors are closed, and thank you for honoring my space. Yeah. So this is a card for all of us. It's the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. He's looking straight at us. And very hauntingly, this card looks a lot like the Four of Cups. It looks a lot like the Four of Cups in that the Page of Pentacles is leaning against a tree with a cup in hand. So when I see that leaning up against a tree, I really feel that connection with Mother Earth, and that leaning into Mother Earth, and that trust of Mother Earth. This is a very, I don't think I've actually, one advantage of doing single card draws is you can look at every single detail in the card. Hi, Amy, welcome. Look at the green. Green, Venus, green growth, green expansion, green Mother Earth, green nature. I see like the head of a fish here, almost like this is water. I'm guessing that's not what that is meant to be, but it does. It looks like a slow flow of energy. This is Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles sitting on the earth, very comfortable, holding a single cup, looking straight at us, at ease. It's definitely summer, shirtless, doing exactly what I just suggested all of us should be doing. Doing whatever it is you want to do. And you might want to just lie down. So let's all take this advice and go a little more slowly. Go where you want to go, do what you want to do, be a little kinder to yourself, be a lot gentler, forgiving. Make space for me, just me, and be open to all that is around you. Yeah. Dee says, ennui is not a bad thing. No, it is not. Ah, could it be his shirt? Maybe. Could be his shirt. I don't know. I don't have the guidebook anywhere near me. So if somebody wants to look it up in the guidebook, you can share that with us in a little bit. Let's go back to the Four of Cups. So Donna says, I'm not sure why the Four of Cups or this guy gets such a bad rap. He's just thinking, lost in thought, being with his emotions. You know, he's just taken some time. It's okay. It's okay to take time. It's okay to take a time out. We don't have to be going, doing, looking after everything, attending to all the details. So, so important. I see that Tanya has a question. I'll get to that in just a moment. Jennifer says, I love the Four of Cups. I'm an introvert, so love the idea of feeling relaxed within my boundaries and shedding the social shoulds. Exactly. Okay, so I'm not sure I entirely understand. And I know Amy too. Where's Amy? It's funny, you know, Amy, when I think of you, I think of somebody who embraces this as well. It's funny because some people in the chat I have met face to face and worked with in classes or readings or whatever. And it's one thing that impresses me about you, Amy. I feel, yeah, like you get this. You get this. All right. So, Tanya says, can you tell, will I ever go abroad? Will I ever go abroad? Well, Tanya, that is, you know, I want to say, of course you will. Of course you will. My throat is the one that is interesting. I see you going abroad to investigate something about who you are. I don't know whether it's an ancestry connection. I have a feeling that's why sorry, I'm not used to having a mic right in front of me. So Let's draw a card, okay? So this is for Tanya, in regards with her question about expanding, right? Expanding overseas. So Tanya, yes or no questions are so limiting. So let's kind of shift this energy. What is the energy around going abroad for Tanya? And know that, Tanya, the tarot tends to work within 12-month time cycle. So we should get a pretty good indication from this card whether, well, let's just draw a card. Okay, Spirit has heard your inquiry and my expansion on that inquiry. Okay. Welcome to Claudia and Alexis. All right, so we have a jumper, Tanya, and it is the Sun. This is a very positive card. And so on one level, I would say it's definitely in your highest to explore all possibilities with going abroad. This looks like a very international card. It looks like a card of celebration. When I look at this card, and it's funny because the Sun, I see Beltane here. I see also summer solstice kind of celebration. I could see you making a journey into Stonehenge and perhaps going to some sort of a festival overseas. Wouldn't that be fun? So yes, I think this is a definite positive response to your question, and that I would choose a journey that has some passion behind it, something that feels like it's connecting to your path. Okay? Thank you, Tanya. All right, so I think Casey is next. So let me find you here. You're welcome, Tanya. Tanya, where are you from? Just so you know, Casey, the Chariot just fell out of my hands, but I hadn't really intended to begin your reading yet, so I am going to carry on shuffling. This is a card for Casey, who is asking what is next. So as the energy of the moon begins to wax and Casey moves through the energy from Cancer to Leo, what is it that Spirit sees her working with, moving through? What is the next step? As always, we ask these messages are in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done, so be it. And that intention, whether I say it aloud or not, is built into every single reading. Okay. Oh, this is another card. This is the Queen of Pentacles. Deeply magical. She's looking straight at us. She takes her practice very seriously. And I wonder as well, too, Casey, if there is some crone in your life that you feel compelled to sit with. I wonder if there is a crone in your life that is and has something, conscious or not, to share with you. This is a really strong, wise woman kind of energy. This can also be an aspect of yourself that is ready to emerge as wise one. Oh, you are a Cap. Okay. So this is the court card for Cardinal Earth, directly associated with Casey's sun sign. So be sure as you move in and through the heat of the summer that, again, I'm feeling coolness. Find cooler places. Find ways to honor your pagan roots. And yet, when I say crone, so this is a waning phase, but also in a way it is acknowledging a fulfillment of some aspect of your soul's growth. You may need someone older, wiser, to convey a message to you. Pay attention. Pay attention to the older, random, the encounters you have, and it may not necessarily, be the energy, be a gender-specific woman, but it's a gentle, strong, supporting energy. This could be somebody you meet at a farmer's market stand. This could be somebody in a moment where you're feeling a little vulnerable that picks up on that and places a hand on your shoulder. I would say be open to receiving support. Clevis, that is beautiful. That is just beautiful. The body wanes, the wisdom waxes. Okay. Beautiful. I think we are Claudia. Okay. Yes, Clevis says, what about the card you pulled at the beginning, which is the Page of Pentacles? So a definite correspondence there. All right, turning focus to Claudia. Claudia, take a deep breath in and out. Place your one hand or both hands on your belly. And make sure you're breathing so deeply that as the inhale fills your body, the belly moves out. Keep the belly nice and soft. Feel the fullness of your breath. This is a very grounding sort of practice, and it feels like this is what you need at this time. Slow your breath down. Feel the fullness of your breath. This card is for Claudia. Advice for her current situation at work, supporting her also through this energy of the waxing moon, change of zodiacal sign. Very direct response to a work question. I would say that it would be important to trust that others know what they are doing and that what you are moving through has the potential to become greater than it currently is if others are invited to the table. And yet you have a singular focus on some part of this. And kind of in alignment with what I was saying, I think, and I'm also reminded of something that came up not so many days ago, and I was talking about children and parallel play. It's like you are acknowledging the work that's going on in the background, and yet it is really important for you to focus on your task and not get distracted from the focus that is required on what it is that on your part of this. But also know that it is bigger than you. This is bigger than you, and that the other work that is going on in the background is just as significant. So if this means you have to go in a little bit earlier when there are fewer people in the office or wherever you work, I just feel like I'm really picking up on a 8 of Pentacles kind of energy here. Your dedication and your focus is also really, really important. Okay? Thanks, Claudia. All right. Welcome. The breathing helped. Hello to Tonya and Perry. Welcome. All right. Alexis. All right, I'm going to draw a card for Alexis for the weekend ahead. Alexis, mouth, teeth. Relax your face. You know how children blow raspberries? Sometimes I'm thinking like of a laughter yoga class or just sort of facial yoga. There's a lot of tension that you're carrying in your jaw, and I want to encourage you to be aware of that. Breathe, laugh, sing, chant, blow raspberries on somebody's belly. Okay? Let go a little bit. Shake your sillies out. Do the hokey pokey. You know, all that kind of advice. Let go. Let go. This is a card for Alexis to enhance all that I'm picking up intuitively. Well, here's our friend again. What if you were to, I don't know, pack a picnic, pack your backpack, there may be a place that you just haven't made time to go and visit. And in alignment with everything I've said, how I started this hour, I think it's really important that you be by yourself and that the place that you decide to be alone, I mean, it could be your own backyard. It's just somewhere where you feel comfortable and connected. There's very few people around. And Honestly, I would suggest just falling asleep and taking a nap. This does not feel like a busy weekend of engaging with a bunch of people. Take it easy. Take it slow. Okay? Thanks. Mrs. McCormack, welcome. Oh, Tanya is from India. You have a very English name for somebody from India. Okay. I think this is the wisdom of the day. All right. Oh, and Casey is a crone as well. Well, welcome to the Crone Club, Casey. Not everyone here is a crone. You know, Mrs. McCormack, I'm going right back to breathe. Breathe. Was that the last reading or two before that? If you're seated, uncross your legs, put your hands on your belly, soften your belly. You know, we go through this culture is so obsessed with, suck in your belly, suck in your gut. This is an invitation to soften, and we can't fully breathe if we are I'm thinking about the crab energy. I'm thinking about, I don't know what card would represent a girdle, shapewear. Ditch the shapewear, learn how to breathe. Learn how to breathe. Why? Because that moves energy. And if you are not well, energy is not flowing well through your body. So it is really important. And maybe Dee, I need to do this video. I need to do this video on breathing. Teach people how to breathe. Maybe a series, just a series, short videos, 7 videos, 11 videos on how to breathe. Yeah, maybe that's calling me. So if you are on your back, make sure your pillow is not too high. You want to not have your body contorted in any weird position. Wiggle around a little bit, get the hips nice and even, separate your legs, make sure your ankles aren't crossed, and scoot your shoulder blades together. So you want to be a little more open in the chest, and then place your hands on your belly. And if that's not comfortable, you can put pillows underneath your elbows so that your hands can stay on your belly. And just focus on the fullness of your belly. And as you breathe in, the belly should rise into your hands. And if it doesn't, that's okay. It's a practice to begin to soften and breathe more fully. All right, this card is for you. Lots of magic. Well, I know there's lots of magic in this deck. It's sort of the nature of Avalon Cameron. Interesting. All right. So where my mind is, or where my focus is is, well, there's quite a few things. The pendulum is speaking to me. And pendulums respond. It's so interesting to think about how pendulums actually work. The woman in this illustration is trusting in spirit. Trusting in spirit. When I ask you to place your hands on your belly, on your solar plexus, this is a place where we come to understand our identity and how our life's purpose, our soul's purpose, our soul contract, however you want to look at this, is our dharma, is connected to all that we have done, all that we have moved through. And ultimately, in balancing the solar plexus chakra, we come to this place of trust. And when I think about pendulum work, in order for pendulum work to work, we have to trust. It's not about just believing. It's about completely letting go and trusting in spirit. To allow yourself to be guided. It almost feels, Mrs. McCormack, like I would encourage you to be a little more playful with this. You have a pendulum. You know how to use your pendulum. To make this kind of fun. To take out your pendulum in the morning and say to yourself, well, should I go left? Is going left in my highest? Is going right in my highest? Play with your pendulum. Trust in how spirit guides you. Now, we don't want to be attached to the pendulum. We want to be guided by deeper sensations within the body, to trust those hits that come intuitively. And think about the baby that's on the back and all that baby could represent as well too. It could be the little her that she carries. It could represent a trauma that she is unable to release. And the reason I'm saying that is because, and this might have to do with your question, we carry grief on our backs. Our past is on our backs. Our grief is in our backs. It's in my back rib cage is now getting really tight. This is where the tension comes in the back body. When the back hurts, when the back aches, when there's no mobility in the intercostals and the back rib cage, we know that we're carrying something from the past. And so perhaps this as well too is in the trust that I must work a little harder in releasing my past trauma and find ways and find tools to help me to release the trauma of the past. Whether it is conscious or unconscious, I am open to releasing all that no longer serves. There are cords to be cut. There are cords to be cut. If you are able to be in a child's pose, child's pose is where you are forward folding. Your knees are bent. And you can definitely put pillows, a bolster, under your chest. Going into child's pose, is a wonderful way to breathe into the back rib cage. And perhaps this is something that I can speak to as well too. Okay, this series of videos is calling to me. You want to imagine, so get yourself into some, not right now, just stay totally relaxed where you are and focus on the belly breathing. But in order to mobilize the energy in the back body, we need to be able to breathe into the back rib cage. And that can stir up a whole lot of stuff. So you generally want to be very gentle with and be working on the mobility in your back. There's a lot that's going on in this card. The Raven has a message as well. So this is also about your listening. Okay, I hope that's some food for thought. Thank you very much for being here today. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't see your name. I will write that on my list. Fernanda. All right, I'm going to see if I have you here. Mrs. MRS. No, you're not here. I will add you, so I will remember this. Yeah, and my computer will likely Mrs. McCormack. And then everybody else can remember that you are Fernanda as well, too. There we go. All right. That's funny, Casey. Yeah, and Erica as well too, recognizing this this need. It's interesting, you know. She has Avalon Cameron is the creator, so the artist of this deck is Anna Torian, who has a, I believe, Eastern European heritage. And the creator of this deck, Avalon Cameron, who's presently, I believe, in Tasmania, in Australia. She does. She has that deep, earthy connection about her. Donna says, a drama teacher in high school taught me to breathe by standing on my diaphragm while I said my lines. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, I hope she was a little 90-pound nothing. Glad you like this deck, Lydianne. Let's go to Perry, who always has very supportive words. I agree wholeheartedly that to breathe and relax and release the energies of tension and anxiety in each precious instant and breath. Yeah, so true. All right. Anna is Romanian. Yes, I actually knew that. Yes. Okay, so Tonya is next. Okay. Thanks, Donna. So we have Tanya and Tonya Tanya and Tonya. All right, I'm not sure when Tonya came in. I'm just looking for her. All right, scrolling on back. Tonya, when did you come in to the chat? I'm totally lost here in the chat. Okay, so just bear with me while I find Tonya. Tonya, you're not sure. Okay. All right, I'll find you. I will find you. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to draw a card for Tonya. I won't waste any more time looking for your name. Thank you, Donna. 1256. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. There we go. Thanks, Tonya. Thanks, Perry. Thank you to Perry. We're a team. We're a team on Sadhana's channel. Okay, so let's go back. Let's just start to embrace this energy of the new moon. And just a plug for me. I did a workshop last new moon and I've edited it. It's about an hour and 10 minutes and it's a YouTube recording that takes you through some practices to work with new moon energy, and it's available on my shop. I think it's 30 Canadian dollars, and if you're interested in my work, I would really appreciate your support by purchasing that workshop. And it includes a yoga nidra and some other guided meditations to help you into building intention and understanding how important it is to build intention around what it is you are moving through. So, and it's a step-by-step short workshop. It's called Aligning with the Moon. This is a card for Tonya on this 18th day of July 2023. May this card support and bring clarity for her as she moves forward through the end of Cancer season and into the summer. I do have a jumper. Very strange how cards are flying everywhere today, and I've also booked the deck, so the deck is now partly okay. So you have two change cards. The card that jumped out of the deck was the wheel, which is the three fates, and I'm sorry for the noise outside. And then the card that I drew was another change card. So I would say that it is, when I think of change, there's a couple things. So the webs are very significant here. The interconnectedness of all those around you, the variety of experiences that are that have led to where you find yourself today. For some reason, I want to say the web is sticky. And while it is the foundation of and the building blocks of where you find yourself, there is a need to cast a new line and to trust where that new line will go. When I think of change, yes, sometimes I do think of the spider web, but I've never quite seen or felt this entanglement, enmeshment. And so part of your change, part of your next step, part of your opening into the next season is to indeed cast a line and know that you will still very much be connected to all those that are around you, but at the same time, you'll be creating a new path for yourself. This feels deeply connected to an important direction that is it's carving a new path. It's carving a new path for you. You are supported. You are guided. I wouldn't worry about not making the right choice. I think the important thing here is casting the line. Now, spiders. Oh my goodness, Donna. Oh my goodness. I think it's beautiful. And look how the wheel card is quite dark and gray, and the fates are weaving time, and it's kind of mysterious. And then the Two of Pentacles, which is also known as the Change card, is very light, and it's full of rainbow energy. Full of potential, full of divine energy. And however you see the energy of the glyph that's on the spider, that is a symbol that is significant of deep spiritual power and connection. Yeah. Aussie spiders. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful, that spider. Yeah. You're welcome. You are very, very welcome. Strength is, yes, strength is, I've been looking at the strength card in all kinds of new ways, and I would suggest, so the card that I drew at the beginning, from the Weaver's Oracle, the Udagan of the Bear Claw, she who strengthens the powers of warriors. One of her symbols is the twisted braid. The twisted braid emerges from Northland mythologies about fierce female warriors who are apprenticed to even fiercer knife-tooth protectors of women and girls. These are alchemical symbols of dark and light, balance and equality, without which a warrior's skills are worth very little. So interesting how themes weave through from different aspects of the work that I am doing. Right? So I just, in the Thoth series, really diving into the energy of strength. And for those of you that are in Tarot Foundations 2, I hope you, as I'm editing the video to share with you this week, last night's class was on July 17th, and it is week 17, and it is a 7, and it is still part of the lighter 777 portal. So those readings that we did last night, be sure to have a good look. All right, so the final reading for today is for Perry. All right, Perry. As you breathe in, draw your shoulders up towards your ears. Loop your shoulders back and exhale and soften down the back body. And then do that again. Inhale, draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Loop the shoulders back, open the chest. You are open-hearted. And then allow the energy to wash down the back as you exhale. This card is in support of Perry's journey. The top card wants to jump off. Oh my goodness, it's our friend again. Wow. Okay. Bit of a green man card here. The other card, Perry, I think it's really important, that sort of opening. I just want to look at this card for a moment. I'm really drawn to the, it's almost as if I were looking at a green man card. So when connecting with the trees, we see the energy of the green man in most of the great trees. The older the tree, the easier it is to see. I feel almost as if there is an environmental sadness here. It's like there is blood running out of the left eye of the green man. Left eye, left side. Why is the left eye bleeding? Blood. Mother. Divine feminine. Left eye. Perry, I wonder if this is that young boy that you were so closely connected to, climbing trees once upon a time. I wonder if he is in spirit with you, supporting you. And look at the similar energy between these two cards. So how can you internalize that message, Perry, and bring it into something that feels significant for your writing, for what you share with others? Simultaneously, there is so much. I feel the vulnerability of the earth energy, the protection. Perhaps this is asking you to protect her in some way. And then, of course, you can look at that from a global perspective, but what about a personal perspective? And when Saskia offers that, we can see this pictorially in quite a few different decks where if you go back to the myth of Odin, and right when I was cut out, sorry, I'm jiggling the table. And it is as important to look out as it is to look in. Sorry, I'm just looking for a card, and of course there it is. Marie White does it in a different way, but there's something here. Look at the green. Look at the green. And I feel like the left and the right are reversed in this card, because often in the tarot we're looking at not from the viewpoint of the figure in the card, but a kind of a top-down perspective. So I'm sensing very much, we had already had the Two of Swords today for another reading, and I'm kind of sensing that energy here as well. Look at the Nine of Wands, the gold energy that is all around the outside. And that figure is immersed in the gold energy. I wonder if the tree is burning. I wonder if the tree is, if there's been a forest fire and this energy is emerging from the tree that has been burned. Perry, there's a lot of messages coming through here simultaneously, so I'm going to need you to pick the one that feels most relevant. The forest will, eventually, it will heal. It will take hundreds of years. And yet, I'm not drawn to my eyes. It's my heart that is breaking open here. If you feel the urge to cry, I would let myself cry. And those kind of tears that set your whole body shaking. The green boy is emerging from through the fire. The feminine energy is emerging through the fire. It is the softer energy that will carry us through. I feel a poem. I feel a poem, Perry. Poetry. I feel some poetry around this would be very healing. Very healing. Shall we close with a poem? Shall we close with a poem? I hadn't planned, but I just feel like reading a poem. It's rather long, but I think I will read this. It's from this year's Wee Moon. It's called Under the Moon. It's by Molly Reamer, 2021. Don't mind me. I'm out getting lost under the moon, watching the bats wheel and the vultures go to bed and listening. Watching the bats wheel and the vultures go to bed and listening to the whippoorwills and star song. Don't seek me. I'm dancing with sunset, studying the shapes of clouds and leaves, serenading violets and waltzing with the wild berries. Don't try to tell me what to do or ask me when the taxes are due. I'm busy slipping between shadows and under raindrops and finding out where the river flows. Don't worry about me. I'm dialoguing with crows and dandelions, watching the butterflies dance, and remembering the witching that was lost. When we stopped looking for the moon and forgot to listen to flowers. Don't call me back. I'm uncovering magic and remembering dreams, following secrets laid down by moss and mushroom, and tracking down wisdom in holy books of bark and stone. In holy books of bark and stone. And how beautifully that poem marries with both Perry's card as well as the card for everyone that was drawn at the beginning of the hour. Thank you all so much for being here today. It was a wonderful sharing, and I look forward to seeing you at the same time next week. Take good care. Namaste.